Hello, thank you for joining me another day, another yoga class. Thank you so much for being here. Let's start in the seated position, lifting and lengthening the spine. Resting the eyes closed, let's take a couple of nice long deep breaths here. And just when we're ready, inhale, let's reach the arms up. We're just going to lengthen out our spine, lengthen out our back. Exhale, tipping forward at the hips, so reaching the arms forward and just relaxing the upper body down. This is just a nice little stretch for our back, hip opener as well. And just relaxing here. Just letting the neck relax, letting the head drop down. Walking the feet in. Let's reverse the legs. Inhale, we lift, pressing the hands up. Getting some length through the spine. Again, when we're ready, tipping forward, relaxing the upper body down. And just breathing here, breathing into the hips. Just softening and relaxing the lower back. Just walking the hands in. From here, we're just going to bring the feet in together. Let's come through into our bound angle, holding onto the feet. Elbows here, press the inside of our calves down, keeping the spine really nice and long. Again, just opening up through the hips. Just keep breathing into the hips. Letting the knees drop down. So your elbows might come to your inner calf, and if they do, you can press down with your elbows to come a little bit further into the stretch. So from here, we're just going to come through into a little direction change. So one hand still holding onto the foot, the other hand just hugging that knee, and we're just going to draw the chest down towards that thigh, down towards that knee. You might not get much of a difference in this stretch, but just a little variation. Other side when we're ready. Just drawing down over that leg. And we're just going to do that again one more time. So back to that first side. This is just a little bit of movement and a little bit of gentle stretch for our lower back. Other side. Beautiful. Let's come down the middle here. Just relaxing the upper body down. Here's Luna again, visiting. Eating my plant pot. So just breathing into the hips. Again, pressing the knees down if we can. Okay, let's slowly come out of that one. Just when we're ready, let's lift those knees, come out. And we're going to come around onto our hands and our knees. And just going to come through into some circles with our torso. The belly drops down, ribs to the side, back to the ceiling, ribs to the other side, belly drops down again. And we just do this nice, really big circle with our body. Keeping the knees underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders. And letting the head just gently join in that movement as well. So it can be a nice release for our neck as well. Just a nice, big, generous circle. Changing direction when we're ready. I always call this a really feel-good movement. I think yoga is about doing what feels good, moving how it feels good for your body. There's no set way, there's no rules, just doing what feels good for your body. Okay, when we're ready, we're just going to tuck the toes under and lift the hips up. Let's come through into our down dog. The aim here is flattening out the back, so we press our chest towards our knees. Lifting one leg up to the ceiling, we're going to point that foot, opening up through the hips. Split down dog. If we want a little bit more, we can bend the knee and point that toe out to the side, really opening up through the hips. Okay, and just when we're ready, let's come onto the other side. So the other leg lifts. Again, opening the hips. If we want a little bit more, we can bend that knee. Just taking it as far as we're comfortable, finding our own levels. Straightening out that leg, and we're just going to come back through
Tiny little steps. Let's walk the feet in, coming through into our forward fold. Relaxing down, letting the head become heavy. Just in our own time, let's slowly roll it up. Head rolls up last. Beautiful. Just coming around to the front next. Taking a nice wide stance. Inhale, let's reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, let's dive forward, forward fold. Relaxing the upper body down here, softening the neck. Just in our own time, we're going to turn to one side. One hand comes either side of that foot, single leg forward fold. And we're drawing the hips away from that front foot. We're really lengthening through the hamstrings. Gently dropping down onto the knee when we're ready. Just sinking into the hips, coming through into our low lunge. We want to keep that front knee behind the toes. Breathing into the hips. Just relaxing the hips down. If it gets too intense, we can just press the body up. Beautiful. Just in our own time, reversing that one. So back through into that single leg forward fold. Maybe seeing if we can get a little bit more room there. And let's take our time to come back through into our wide leg forward fold. Just relaxing here. And let's slowly come onto the other side. One hand to either side of that foot, drawing the hips back, relaxing the head down. And just when we're ready, let's gently drop that back knee, sinking into the hips, opening through the hip flexors. Breathing here. So the tailbone gently tucks under and we guide the hips forward. Beautiful. Just when we're ready, let's tuck the toes under, forward, single leg forward fold. And again, just when we're ready, coming back through into our wide leg forward fold, relaxing the head down here. Keep lifting the tailbone. Breathing here. Just when we're ready, let's lengthen out that spine and wiggle the feet in together. Coming through into forward fold. Just when we're ready, we can roll it up, coming up to standing, nice and slow. Head rolls up last. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, just facing the small end of our mat. Inhale, we're just going to reach the arms up to the ceiling, stretching out. From here, we're going to come through into our chair pose. So the hands come shoulder width apart. We sink the hips back and down and we reach the arms out. Keeping the toes, the knees behind the toes. Exhale, when we're ready, let's come through into forward fold. And then when we're ready, let's come through into our down dog. Lifting and lengthening through our legs. So we lift our hips. Beautiful. Just down in time, let's come through into extended child's pose. So knees go wide. Arms reach forward. Just relaxing in here. Breathing into the hips. And just pressing the body up. Coming through just into our hero's pose. Just going to do a few wrist releases here next. We want to do a couple of circles. Linking the fingers together if we want to. Just some nice gentle movement with our hands and our wrists. From here, pointing the fingers to face the body, and we're just going to work the palms to the ground. Gently stretching out through our forearms. Just working the palms down. Flipping the hands around the other way, so the tops of the hands to the ground. Beautiful. And again, just a little wrist release here if we want to add that on. Lengthening out the spine, following the breath. And just when we're ready, we're just going to come through to seated, then through to the small end of our mat. And when we're ready, we're just going to roll it down. Lengthening out the spine here, bending the knees. And we're going to come through into a release for our lower back. So we're just going to let our knees drop to the side, drawing that top knee down, opening the chest to the ceiling. And breathing here. Other side, just when we're ready, letting the knees drop down, keeping the chest open. So when we're ready, let's come back to the middle. And we're just going to lengthen out the spine here, just a little mini meditation to finish. Just a little reward for getting to the end. So lengthening out the back, resting the eyes closed. And we're just going to follow the breath here. We're just going to follow the inhale and follow the exhale. Just letting the belly just rise and fall as we breathe, tuning into that breath. With the exhale, I want you to feel any stress melt away from your body. Just let it all melt away now, not holding on to any stress. Just keep following the breath. Just inhale and exhale. Just letting the body relax down with every exhale. Again, not holding on to any stress. Not holding on to anything. We just breathe. So all we need to do now is just follow the breath. There's nothing else we need to do. Just following the breath. Just enjoying this little bit of time out today for ourselves. Just following the breath. Just really feel the shoulders become heavy. With every exhale, the shoulders become heavier. The shoulders relax down, the shoulders release stress. Just when we're ready, we're going to very slowly start to come back. Adding any sort of movement now. And in our own time, we can roll to the side. Eyes rest closed here for a little bit longer if we like. But when we're ready, we can open the eyes. And when we're ready, pressing the body back up to seated. Lengthening the spine, hands come together, and we finish by saying Namaste.